for that so that people know the updated status. Over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please do update that. For the foreseeable future, I am... give me a second here. Frank, give me about 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
In fact, I don't know, so every now and then, All right, QSL Frank. Yeah, I'll definitely I'll send an email and put that up just so that we get a little bit of an update on that. And yet, I've been in contact with Armand as well, and thank you for taking over and for carrying on the with the swap man. We definitely appreciate it, and we'll go ahead and see if we can actually update this, because we still have the old information and it hasn't been updated since you took over in April, so we'll go ahead and try to take care of it. Thank you, Frank. A pleasure as always. And we're out here moving a little bit, so you might hear a little bit of noise because we're out portable. But again, we just wanted to say hi, and I hope everything is doing good with everybody else. I know I don't come out on the net as much as I used to. But anyways, I just hope everybody's doing good, and thank you for taking over the net and doing what you do, Frank. This is Kilo November 6 Golf Alpha Alpha. Back to you.
Absolutely, Frank Squared. Always great to hear you out there as well. And yeah, I hear you on the coffee break nets in the morning over on the EK machine. I come in via AllStar. And, yeah, so my call sign gets you all the social media stuff, because 99% of my stuff is under that. And it's all there. And on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays after the swap, so I've already got it up and running, I run a Let's Listen to the Radio type live stream where, generally speaking, I'm at work, so, you know, it's rare. But tonight I'm actually here. I run a Let's Listen to the Radio live stream, and it just scans through 18, 19 different frequencies that I can hear, mix of Mount Vaca, Mount Diablo, stuff here in the Sonoma County area, as well as AllStar. And the AllStar is connected to the Ham Radio 2.0 hub, 43136, overnight for the most part. But once coffee break net starts, about 5 minutes before it starts to about half hour after it ends, I'm connected to W6EK that way.
QSL. Well, wonderful. That's actually, it's wonderful to hear. And I will definitely put out the word. And again, like I said, thank you for doing what you do. And for those of you who might not be aware of the AllStar, or who might be new to the hobby, every Monday on the W60K repeater system on 15430, you can listen at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard, 6 p.m. To the old notes net, and any questions you might have about connecting All-Star or any other kind of internet-related ham radio to internet connections, it's where you want to go on Mondays. Every Monday at 6 p.m. It's where you want and ask your questions, anything from C4 to All-Star to you name it, anything that has to do with internet to on-the-air connections. So thank you, Frank. I appreciate what you do, and we're going to say good evening to everybody, or good night, and wish everybody a very great weekend out here. This is Kilo November 6 Golf Alpha, Frank and Arden Arcade.
All right, Frank. From one Frank to another, you have a great evening, and we'll hear you tomorrow, hopefully, on the Coffee Break Net. KN6GAA, KG6NLW 73. Have a great evening.
You too, sir, and I love it. What you said, Frank squared, indeed. This is KN6GAA. You have a great one.
73.
7-3.
And for those of you listening on the social media side, that's YouTube, Twitch, etc.
Frank, are you still on here? KO6 KPU.
You guys have a great evening, and well, actually, KO6 KPU, KG6NLW. What's up, Jake? I can't get away from the radio.
Yeah, sorry, Frank. Frank to the power of one, I guess it would be. And yeah, what are you up to, Frank? Or you got work tonight?
No work tonight, but I do have a live stream going for let's listen to the radio live, and so I'm going to be putting the radio into scan mode here and going to bed.
All right, yeah, QSL. I was just seeing if you were going to be playing radio, but I get it. Yeah, get your sleep. I wonder if WU1Q is still around.
I'm gonna throw him under the bus. I know he's still around, but I'm gonna get out of here and kill my mic source and put my radio in scan mode. So if you want to see what I can hear, you know where to find it. KO6 KPU KG6 and LW. We'll catch you later, Jake.
Yeah, alrighty, Frank. 7-3, buddy, and maybe we'll talk one of these days. I know you work nights and stuff, but at any rate, maybe we'll catch you on 40 sometime. 7-3, KO6 KPU.
73. And with that, folks, radio is in scan mode, and I'm going to kill this microphone. So you guys have a great evening on the YouTube, Twitch, whatever side you're watching from, and we'll catch you later. I'm going to let this run all night. See you tomorrow for Coffee Break Night.
Now the Muffin Man, according to my daughter.
Oh, watch out for that Muffin Man. That's great. Yeah, my kids are all grown up. I remember that. Oh my goodness, you brought back some wonderful moments when once upon a time. Jake, how's it going?
The Muffin Man a couple of years ago, and it's kind of stuck.
You know what, Jake? That is so appropriate. Your daughter's intuitive, and hey, she's just calling it how it is, Muffin Man. funny because I got a small footprint here. I took down my little 5-element VHF, but I have a little, what am I using right now? The Diamond X200. And I don't know, where are you located right now?
I'm in Stockton. So it is quite a ways, but it looks like we might have a line of sight.
I'm curious. I just looked at you on the input, and I can't hear you. How much power are you running?
5 watts, and I'm pointed the wrong direction. I'm pointed at the, well, actually not even at the repeater, more like north with the 7-element. I just too lazy to go in the house and use the vertical.
Okay, easy, Jake. You're getting closer to being related to me the more you talk. So you're walking. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I gotta admire that and fully understand. Well, you know what? If you can point it up towards Novato, I'm running about 65 watts from Novato, and I do have a southerly path and a northerly. I think I could cross the valley and get to Stockton if you just get that array pointed towards me, and we can give it our best. Running 5 watts, you're definitely getting into the N6 ICW system on VACA, but yeah, you might want to give it a little bit of power. It's just my guess, but your beam may be so efficient that and effective that, yeah, give it a whirl if you had an opportunity, and give it a little bit more power and see what we can do. I'll look at the input real quick.
Yeah, remind me again where you're at. I know I was looking at it earlier, but now I can't remember.
Okay, if you shoot that thing across, go look for a Highway 37, and go to Black Point Boat Launch. You might be familiar with that. I don't know. But it's on, if you pass the Sears Point Raceway on 37 west, you're going to come across Highway 101, and I'm in a town called Novato in the County Marin. And we're just before Petaluma, just south of Petaluma. And if you can get some bearing on me and just give it what you got, and we can see. If I can hear you on the input, we can move to a simplex frequency and see what these fancy little radios can do. WUNQ.
Jake, I'll make it easy for you. Point that beam. If you're pointed at VACA now, go about 5 degrees towards the west, and you should be able to get to Mitch. You got to make it simple.
All right, yeah, QSL, I should be pointed that way, and this is 50 watts, 50 watts, KO6 KPU.
KO6 KPU, WUNQ returning. Yeah, I definitely reversed it. I got my squelch set to 1, so you should just flicker, because I hear people from the East Bay just flickering it and a little bit beyond from my location, and in Stockton certainly it shouldn't be any different, but darn it. Well, you know, if I was out and about in the car, it's Thursday night, we do the net, and I usually stationary, and on occasion I'm out and about. I could go up the mountaintop, and we could certainly make that work, but I'm afraid I'm here in the shack here in Novato, and that's all I got, 65 watts, and I'm not sure my 5 elements would much differ, because I can only get it up on this property about 20 feet up, and I'm not sure that's going to be any different, but man, that's a heck of a try. You want to try and see if you can zero beat on me?
Yeah, do you want to jump over to 5.2? I can turn on the amp. I don't know if I should put the amp on the repeater.
Yeah, that's a great. You know what? You know, God bless someone for having common sense. Yeah, you're already just busting the door open, and to just oversaturate it would be ridiculous. Good call. Yeah, well, let's go over to Simplex. You want to try 147.55 or 147.555? Where are you? Where's your best SWR in the Simplex ranges?
Well, hold on, Jake. Before you do that, Jake, I just want to make sure I had it. Go to the repeater output. Turn off duplex. So just go out on 147.195 directly. Just key up with that on the with your amplifier and see if Mitch can hear you there. That way we don't get to you too far off before and not be able to make the contact. So if you just turn off duplex for a second and put that amplifier in line and just key up when I'm done talking, Mitch should be able to hear you without doing anything.
Yeah, don't let Frankie mess you up, but he's giving you some good advice. That's one way, and everybody out there that's listening on N6ICW Wide Area Network in the Northern California area, it also give everybody an opportunity. You transmitting from Stockton on the output on an amplifier where it won't go through Chris's system, which is appreciated. And yeah, how cool is this going to be? Yeah, okay, so hopefully you're all set up, and I'm going to unkey and boy, oh boy, open up your ears and your squelches, lower your squelches, everybody. Let's see who can hear them and who can't. WUNQ, Nevada.
I don't think I had a PL tone, but I was saying I'm having trouble because it's on an auto offset. KO6 KPU.
Do you have a simplex frequency that's programmed into your radio right now that we could just go to, and we could just shoot these fireworks off with your array pointed here with all the amplifier and RF you got?
Yeah, 146.550. I have that one. Let's see that real quick.
QSY WUNQ 146.550 146.550 QSY.
Yep, QSY and KO6 KPU.
back here yet? WU1Q.
KPU.
Yeah, you know what, Jake? I can't really, with good confidence, say I heard you, but on that frequency, I definitely saw a signal. There was definitely a significant signal. There was no audio along with it, and then I tried to reach out, and you just overpowered me and outgained me with your array, so I didn't have a chance to begin with. But yeah, I could swear I heard you about 20 seconds ago, maybe just before you came on here for sure. Frankie was into the static, and it sounded like you gave your call sign, but there's no way for me to say for sure. But timing looked good, buddy.
So, Jake, one, I'm Frank, a.k.a. Frankie, according to Mitch, because he's known me that long. And two, you were just barely heard in the South Bay. So you were definitely just barely heard in the South Bay here.
Oh, really? You can almost hear me? You can actually make out a voice where you're at?
Okay, Jake, I'm going to be honest. That came from one of my moderators on YouTube who has set up in the South Bay that is absolutely fantastic. So if you hop over into my YouTube chat, you can talk with John, and he can tell you exactly what he heard. But I'm also live streaming it, so, you know, by the time he hears this on air, on live stream, or if he's here on the repeater, because he did check in earlier, he can tell you exactly what he heard. KB6JSM, John, are you still on frequency? KG6 in LW? Well, I guess he's not on frequency at the moment, Jake. But, yeah, he said, I can just barely hear the Stockton guy on the Simplex frequency. So, you're definitely getting out there.
Hey, I'm going to jump in and tell Jake, you know what, Jake, if I wasn't stationary down here, if I was at one of my usual locations, when I check into the net, I go up on the hill, and I guarantee you I can hear, because I can hear from up in the mountains, including Stockton really easily, including the repeaters. So I don't think you and I would have a difficult time if I was out and about in the car and up at a little bit of an elevation. We could definitely do this. But I would just say yes, I would attest to that, yes, the time that we were trying to make contact on 146.55 at the duration that we went to, yeah, definitely heard some static but couldn't hear you, but bravo for you. What do you think, Frank?
I'll let the repeater get in there real quick. Maybe John is on frequency. He just said okay in chat. So, KB6JSM, KG6NLW. John, are you back on here yet? And if so, did you hear Jake, and how well?
Yes, this is KB6JSM. Yeah, I heard him just barely on the bottom of the noise floor. I wasn't quite pointing in his direction. I was pointed more north. But yeah, I did hear him at the very, there's a little bit of static, but I did hear him.
Oh, there you go, Jake. Into the South Bay and into Nevada. So, yeah, you're doing good with that 7 elements and amplifier there.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been having fun with it. I had the 5 element up for a while because I pretty much just have a flagpole for a mast, And the 7 element, I wasn't sure about putting it up there, but I put it up and it actually is it's working pretty well. You got to turn it kind of slowly because if you twist it too hard, it'll drop down a little bit. But it is working at least, kind of temporary.
Well, there you have it. You can do anything with anything as much as you want to. Anyway, all right, I'm going to hop out of here for sure. John, thanks for coming back on here because I wanted him to hear it from your mouth directly, not just from the chat side. KB6JSM, KO6KPU, and all that WU1Q guy. 73, have a great evening, and I'm just going to leave the live stream running like I do overnight. KG6NLW. Catch y'all later.
Yeah, no, just barely, but yeah, I just had to go on my balcony and turn my antenna because I'm running a little 4-element Cushcraft antenna on my balcony. But yeah, I just barely heard them.
Hey, John, bravo. That's awesome. Yeah, all I heard was static. I was just hoping to hear some audio, but my antenna wasn't all, as I just wasn't able to receive it. But anyway. John, good to hear you, and thanks for being out there tonight. And Jake, it's been an absolute pleasure, buddy. Hopefully, yeah, make it a point to come on out here. But you know what? But I get it. My kids are all grown up and out and launched and get kids. But yeah, Thursday nights at 8:00, right here, N6 ICW, Northern California's widest wide area network. And multiple voting receiver sites that make up that fantastic network. Anyway, Jake, John, milkshake, as Vince would say, but it is truly the case. I'm going to get a Jack in a Box chocolate shake and some onion rings to feed my fancy. Good night, guys. WU1Q Nevada.
All right, yeah, thanks for trying. Anyways, it was fun. Maybe. I'll catch you on 40 meters sometime. And I usually try to check into the net. I missed last week, but generally I check in. W1Q73 from KO6KPU. And the other station, are you still here? I guess not. Alrighty, good night everyone. KO6KPU.
Wrong button on my radio.
Hey Jake, it's a pleasure to meet you, man, and night, brother. WU1Q Nevada.
I think I might have doubled with yeah, good night WU1Q, sorry, KO6KPU.
Yeah, I'm still out here, Kilowatt Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar Mike.
What's your QTH?
I'm actually in San Jose for the VHF, UHF equipment. It's in San Jose, but I do have HF equipment that's in Santa Clara that I remote into.
Well, okay, if you want to try maybe Simplex on 2 meters, if you can jump on there and I could actually point towards you, because I'm pretty much due west.
Okay, yeah, the location is kind of where San Jose Airport is at. That's where I'm at. We can try in Simplex, but yeah, I can just barely hear you. But yeah, we can try that.
Yeah, okay, you want to QSY to 146550?
No problem. QSY at 2146 or 550.
PU QSY.
Kilowatt Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar Mike.
Good evening. The time is 10 p.m. Weather conditions cloudy. Temperature 54 degrees.
TOC Mobile Petaluma. K86 POC Mobile, Adobe Road.
POC 386FUL, how was your day?
Hey, David. Doing pretty good, buddy. Long one at PG&E. I'm going to take tomorrow off to go do something with the wife. And I had to really bust some work out today. I think I looked at like five cranes. Typically, I see 2. So it's been real busy. PG&E is very thin on staff. You know, you must have 3 or 4 managers to every guy who actually really does something.
Experienced one manager to 10 people. I mean, is it documentation, or is it they don't trust the other employees, or what? Assigning tasks to do. You know, that seems like an easy job for a manager.
I don't really think it's that. What I think goes on here is that company is actually very wealthy, and a lot of people want their buddies to have jobs, but their buddies may not be linemen or pipeline welders or backhoe operators or mechanics, so we'll need to make an administrative job for them. There's a ton of people working, quote-unquote, in offices. We talk about this. A lot of us, not trying to be too critical, but a lot of us actually believe that most of the management people actually spend a greater majority of their time either in meetings or on their own interests. I can't tell you how many times I've been in Whole Foods and met managers, and I'm like, "You got today off?" No. I'm like, "What are you doing here? Doing your shopping?"
Yeah, I see managers a different way. When I was with Stanford, I had 3 managers. First one was good, who actually hired me. Second one was a young lady that I was older than she was. Really good. On my account without her knowing what I was doing. And then the third one was why I quit.
Let me tell you, let me take a step back. There's a buddy of mine from high school named Griffin who works for me today. He's one of the generator guys. And he has always said that people don't quit jobs. They quit management. And you know what? I never heard that from anyone else before. I heard it. Oh, I really have to give him some credit. That's very true.
Yeah, I was accelerating as far as my design of radio systems for the site until I got him, and he didn't comment on my budget that much, but he was somebody that had to have a meeting every Monday. My other managers care what I was doing, and he ruined it.
Yeah, I don't mind having a meeting every Monday. What does he want to talk about? The state of the state. What are you doing this week? What did you do last week? That's fine. At PG&E, it's no rule you have to do this, but I write down a summary of what I do every single night and send it to my boss, because I work nights by myself at Adobe. I want to keep doing that. I'm also the senior dog.
this April I would have been here 15 years. You know, flexibility. You know, that being said, we've had some real managers that are super doozies. Oh my God. Well, at least you've had some of the same experiences I have. It's true though. Unless you just have to make more money, most people quit management.
Oh, what, the managers make more money, or I need to make more money? I was a union steward, and I had the highest occupational assistant engineer or something like that. But I was still in the union, and I didn't want a raise or anything like that, what meant me, if I got a higher wage, I would be a senior engineer on in a non-union job, and I'm sure the manager would have been.
I was talking about the employee. Unless the employee needs to make more money, they generally don't quit the job. They usually quit the management. How long did you work at Stanford? I only came through there a handful of times. I remember thinking it was a gorgeous, beautiful campus. I thought them having a mall in the center of the campus was a trip. You know, the Stanford Shopping Center where they have a Nordstrom's. But it is very pretty. You could see it from Kings Mountain when you're up on that tower.
It was actually the linear accelerator, and basically I took trips with a worker up to Kings Mountain. And my management thought I had something up there, even though everything was on Black Mountain. But nevertheless, I was linear accelerator.
I think I've walked past Slack times, but I've never been inside it. How many years did you work there? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's crystal clear. I was 17 years.
Oh, God, that's a very long time. I'm impressed. Oh, that's a pretty good chunk of a career. Oh, you know, I've got 2 bids out for 2 jobs up in San Mateo County right now. I actually have 3 jobs, but one of them actually sent me a signed contract. Down Ridge, there's 4 poles in a square. I'm going to be installing a antenna there for the Coastside Amateur Radio Club, a really nice one, a 16-foot tall Sinclair Omni, and run some new heliacs, fabricate a mounting bracket, what have you. I got that contract back, buying the antenna this morning actually. The job on the tower next to it is the county site for Montara Ridge. They wanted a structural analysis for that one. I submitted my proposal in December, never heard anything back yet.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. I've been on Montara Ridge. My question to you is, it's an Omni. How, UHF or VHF, I'm not sure. I think it's VHF because I'm sure the Coastside Amateur Radio Group is not UHF. But how far off the tower do you put the antenna?
Oh, the Ham Club is not on the tower. The Ham Club is on those 4 wooden poles in a square. That's where the ham club is. And because of that, I'm going to fabricate a bracket and have it hot dipped, then go install that. It's going to be, gosh, 10 inches off from the pole. You know, I've got to do some structural evaluation calc, but I'm not worried about it. This is something I know really well. I remember PG&E has installed a pole or two. You know, I've earned some stripes in that regard about mounting stuff to poles. On the tower, which is the county site, they wanted a cost analysis and a val. Well, I gave my proposal December 15th, and I'm still waiting to hear back. Their website says under evaluation. How long does it take you guys to make a decision on that?
So you do some comm work for PG&E?
I do everything. So they have a program where if you're a licensed contractor with a lot of insurance and maybe a couple PE licenses, you can register to be a contractor for the company. Job opportunities and work for them in any regard you can imagine. Telecom work, pipeline work, welding work, reg pit work, pole work, highline work, you know, tower rehab, you name it. It pays better to work for yourself, but if you're in a thin spot, you can get something like that, as long as you have the license and insurance to do it.
So how long ago did you start with the comm work for PG&E?
Started that in 2000.
Okay, did you ever, I think he worked for PG&E, George Burton, do you know that name?
No, I can't say that I do. I don't know, do you, where did he work and what department was he in, do you know?
No, he was a friend of mine, and he worked for PG&E with a colorful past from the Coast Guard. Nevertheless, I met him, and we did a lot of shooting rifles together. And then he was also a ham, and I did work for him on Laughlin and somewhere in Cotto. Yeah, and that's how I knew him.
Oh, I didn't realize you've been up on Laughlin Ridge. I've done plenty of work on Laughlin Ridge to it on my key ring right now. That's a really nice CHP site. I like it very much. Beautiful place. What did you do up on Laughlin?
A 2-meter antenna installation for the repeater, and I believe I discovered that their storage for their backup batteries was leaking, and the were really bad as far as the cables that connected to them. They had a lot of rust or moss or whatever. Yeah, I've been on Laughlin twice, and that kind of thing.
About that, I know there's a ham club up there. What's their? Is it like W6MMM? Is that the Ukiah Ham Club? I have some photos of what I thought was a ham club set up, but I've never been over to the ham side because I do the California Highway Patrol. You know, they call it Cal OES. White trucks, the blue stripe down the side. They are a different setup. I think that the ham club tower is really tall and slender, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's W6MMM.
Not sure of that call, but I seem to think I was on the tower, I think a three-legged tower, but, you know, that was 10 years ago or something like that.
Well, that's I was around at that time. I would have got a kick out of seeing that. Bravo. Oh boy. Well, see here. We have what do we got going on? The antenna I picked for Montara at the Ham Club was custom cut to their frequency, 16-foot tall long Sinclair. The collinear, it'll deal with 170 miles an hour of wind attack. You know, it's $3,500, plus I got to design and fabricate a mounting setup for this. It's pretty awesome. You know, if you have a ham radio setup, I'd rather buy an eBay radio for $500 or less and have that $3,500 antenna. It's going to get out like a bomb.
Obviously, if it's 10 inches from the pole, it's got to be UHF. And put it in your mind that I have, not going to be used because I use Kenwood, I have Motorola MTR and XTR, UHF and VHF, that I can practically give them away at the right price.
Tell you, I will make that available to them. It is not UHF, it's VHF. This is their 2-meter repeater. Then they want to do some 2-meter packet, which I imagine is APRS, but that antenna is a real fragile POS. I told the guys, if I'm coming up here for a couple of days, you know, it makes sense to buy a decent antenna because that way you only have to pay the labor rate once. The radios that we like for repeaters are SLR models, SLR 50, because they have a really nice internet connection in the back, and you can snap them into the web and make an adjustment from anywhere on the planet.
Yeah, currently I used a Bridgecom for my internet daily use, but I have Kenwoods that are easily internet controlled, but nonetheless, you know, the Bridgecom, well, I've had to replace one. Nonetheless, All-Star is on my Bridgecom.
Alrighty, KD6 POC 101 and Hearn Avenue. Oh, well, I will make that available to them and see what they want to do. Well, tell me something good. What else is going on? You talked to your nephew lately? How's he doing?
I think I talked to a couple of days ago. He talked to me about his father, and I forgot the fact that he's still